I'm William Mapan. I'm a generative artist, so mostly into code, but not only code. Like I also like photography, painting, and a bunch of other stuff. And I also teach in Paris, and I live here as well. Yeah, my story with NFT began last year, if I remember well, in 2021. I started on Tezos with a platform called Ink and Link. Very wild, very unique, very fresh. And yeah, it was my beginning. And then things escalated quickly. And I got involved into art blocks recently. Recently, it was in May. And yeah, so far so good, I would say. Before the NFT craze, I had, like we say, a 9 to 5 job. Really, what wasn't 9 to 5 because it was maybe 9 to 9. In the advertising industry for like 10 years. Yeah, I was mostly a creative developer, whatever that means, but I was doing stuff with code and make them alive. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, Gobelin has been quite like a good experience for me because it was the first time we could merge art, design, and coding. So basically, at Gobelin, we have a classroom made of half designers, artists, and half developers, and we constantly work between each disciplines. So the designers are required to understand a bit of technical side, and the developers were required to be really creative. I use a bunch of different stuff. Like I said, when I was a creative developer, I used to touch everything all the time. So it can be coding. It's one of my tools, main tool, obviously. It could be like 3D softwares like Houdini or Blender, stuff like that. But not only, I also really like the analog tools like photography and painting and scanning and being more being closer to yeah to the material. Yeah, it's hard to say how I combine stuff. I would say it's very organic for me. I don't chase for a particular thing. I just wander, go for a walk, do a different bunch of things, and at some point it just clicks, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this now. But it's really the whole atmosphere, I would say, I'm swimming in that allows me to expand my mind and to be able to have ideas that mix both like multiple worlds. I would say like studying art has been really helpful. Um, because before studying art for like real, I was mostly doodling around looking for something that looked good. But really, when I started to study composition, color theory, and all the art principles, I was able really to mix everything into what I was doing, and really enabled so much possibilities for me. So yeah, I can only recommend to study art. I get to say it's hard for me to follow the NFT space because it's going really fast. So I'm mostly following what is happening on FXH and Artblocks, uh, and everything around those platforms. And Around that, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, so I couldn't say like one specific NFT project. But yeah, I would say mostly generative art, NFTs. I'm following from a close distance. It's a difficult question because yeah, before NFT, I was into my own bubble, like the tech, creative, whatever industry, and it was quite closed. And indeed, with the NFT rise, my reach really took off for some reason, and I think it's really hard to manage. To have so much visibility at once. So I really struggle personally to have so much visibility. So I try to really not being too much connected, like on social. I try to not avoid it, but you know, be reasonable with it, so it doesn't eat me from the inside. I don't really have favorite project because I really put my heart into all of it. Everything I do is 100% me. But I would say, lastly, anticyclone has been really, how to say, like something that clicked for me because this is the first series where I outdone myself. Like I went above my expectation. So maybe this project, yeah, this series, I don't like to say project, this series is really, yeah, a key series, a key art for me in my practice. Not really. I don't hide stuff. Not yet. Not yet. But every time I do some art, it's for a reason, and I like to communicate about it. For example, my anticyclone series was about emotions and feelings, but also about women. So everything is clear all the time. I don't have any hidden message. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's part, of the community. I would say it's like we started on our own, between artists to collect between artists, and it's a good feeling, to help each other and support your friend and your art and yeah your artist philo because at the end of the day we are the main person that can recognize another artist. So I think it's very important for us to help each other. I really like this cat. So thank you for this really beautiful cat. And other than that, thank you, NFC in Europe, for inviting me this year.